And welcome to Albert Park in Melbourne. The start of a new Formula One season is always a magical moment. After 8 months of working flat out to design and develop their cars, the teams put them on the track here in Melbourne, and this is where they find out where they are relative to the opposition and what kind of season they're likely to have. You know the procedure when the 5 lights go off. The 2008 World Championship will be underway. And it's go in Australia! Cracking start, someone stalled at the back. Lewis Hamilton's got a good start. Kubica looks electric on the run down to the first corner, but Hamilton goes defensive and bucks him out. Kubica is right up his gearbox though, and Kovalainen, I think, and Massa were very close to each other. Where is Felipe Massa? Can't see him at the moment. There was contact further back as well, but Kovalainen, there is Massa. Seems to have dropped some ground.
Dropped a huge amount of ground. Well, I think there was a Toro Rosso pointing in the wrong direction too in the first turn. Massa squabbling there with a Red Bull. And
no, it's Kimi Räikkönen. Massa is nowhere to be seen. I saw him getting very close to Kovalainen into that turn 1. And as we predicted, a tremendous difference in the quality of their starts. Hamilton leads, Kubica second, Kovalainen third, Rosberg fourth. Felipe Massa has yet to appear. He's not in the top 16. And the safety car, well, I told you about the safety car and the chances of it being deployed. It's already out on the first lap here. Lewis Hamilton leads it then from Kubica, Kovalainen, Rosberg. Heidfeld is in 5th place, Trulli 6th. Barrichello is up to 7th in the Honda. Kimi Räikkönen's had an amazing start. From 15th on the grid, he is now 8th, and he could well be a danger man for Hamilton from there. Let's have another look.
Hamilton got away well. Kubica came across to cover him. Hamilton responded to that. Most cars getting away reasonably well. And there it is. It's Kovalainen on the outside. And just the merest tag by the looks of it. And it's all going off behind. That Force India almost went over in the gravel trap. And I think it's going to be just a slight tag with his left front wing on the... No, it's in fact I think he just dropped. He either got a push from behind or he just plain dropped it.
He looked like he wanted to avoid Kovalainen though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Let's take another angle. So he never actually touched Kovalainen at all. The damage was done against the barrier. He dropped it by himself. That's the traction control. There is the Flying Force India that oh so nearly goes over with Fisichella on board. Behind it all goes off. Somehow Vettel got caught up in that. And Kimi Räikkönen way down the outside of turn 3. I tried that once and ended up upside down about 10 times. But look at that, he's going past, he's got pinned Coulthard up against the curb and turn 4, gets the high ground for the turn into 5.
And this is a look at Anthony Davidson and what happened to him in the Super Aguri. His teammate Takuma Sato there just behind him, and that's all it took to break the front left suspension of Anthony Davidson's car.
And there's where Mark Webber is at the moment, and that's how his left rear got damaged. Just the merest touches. Normally the suspension is beefy enough to cope with, not with that going into the wall, but with the sort of tag that Mark Webber had there.
Safety car into the pit lane and restart here in Melbourne, led by Lewis Hamilton. Robert Kubica is second, Kovalainen's third, 4th is Rosberg. Terrific for him, what a great platform for him to do something here this afternoon, and we believe he is carrying a very significant fuel load as well, so if he can keep Heidfeld behind him for a while, he'll be doing well. Into the pit lane comes Robert Kubica.
It's another set of tyres ready to go on. They'll clean out the radiator ducts. Well, as soon as the refueling is finished, the lollipop will go up, and wow, that was absolutely on the button to get away. And can he get ahead then of, no he can't, of Barrichello and Räikkönen, and that is going to cause him a problem with the pace that we're expecting Kubica to have out there now on a fresh set of tyres. And look at this, Räikkönen very close now. Barrichello defending on the inside. Räikkönen surely can't go around the outside. Can he double back inside? And oh, that's going to end up with a broken front wing if you try that one. He thought better of it, and again begins to slip back. Good driving from both drivers, but it didn't result in anything close to an overtake. And this is Massa having a look at the back of Nakajima, and he's through. That's where he spun at the start of the race. He's a long way behind at the moment, and picked up a great slipstream, and Rubens gave him just enough room, but didn't go as defensive, did he? It's almost as if Rubens was thinking, I need to let this guy by now. It's costing me time as well, and he'll get past me eventually. I might as well let him go. That's got that sort of hallmark on it as far as I'm concerned.
There's another look of it. Down the inside goes the reigning world champion.
Basically, from the start of the race, the battery started heating up. I was really, really hot under my knee. And then the time when I stopped, the car just stalled, the engine stalled, and there was no more battery.
On a positive note, though, this car is looking a lot stronger than last season for definite, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame that we lose points like that. Unfortunately, the car is better than last year's
makes
car.
massive contact there with David Coulthard. A huge incident there into turn one as the Ferrari driver tried to go past the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, we'll have to see from how far he came back. It looked to me as if Massa was within striking distance of the overtake. Does he have left front suspension problems? Well, it's hanging on with plenty of G-force through turn 5 there. It'll go under braking if there's a lot of damage. I think it's just general movement going on. It does look a bit wobbly. Certainly more than a bit of general movement going on with David Coulthard's car. A lot of debris on the racetrack. Now, I think that Felipe will feel that he had the high ground there, that he had the right to stay on the inside of the corner. DC quite clearly didn't know he was there. Your peripheral vision in these cars is very poor, and clearly hadn't spotted that Massa was coming up the inside of him at quite the rate that he was.
So a lot of people taking advantage of the safety car to make their pit stops. Kubica, Alonso, Glock and Nakajima. 4 cars coming in, but not Kimi Raikkonen. That Renault mechanic was very close to getting floored there. This is Greg Baker, the Renault wheelman here, where we are with the helmet cam. Well, you can see Kovalainen there protecting Hamilton. I have a feeling that that will be the story throughout this season. Not that Lewis Hamilton needs much protecting, because he seems to be able to get the job done for himself, but it's very useful to have your rear gunner with you. The restart then on lap 30 here, and in fact that's exactly what Kovalainen is doing. Raikkonen comes down on the attack. He has a much lighter car than Kovalainen. He tries to go around the outside, and he'd been trying to pass him for a few laps before the safety car was deployed. He saw the restart as an opportunity, but so far Kovalainen has denied him. The green flag's waving down the inside.
Oh, he's
goes
Raikkonen,
but he's overcooked it. The world champion is in the gravel trap.
What is going on for Ferrari today? That's another disaster for them. And Raikkonen looked like he was about 50 metres too late on the brakes. Kovalainen suddenly opened the door for him. Raikkonen took it, but he was just too hot as he went in there. And luckily, no particular damage, but it's put Raikkonen once again at the back of the pack. There's now absolutely no reason for him not to refuel. Look, he caught Kovalainen out, but he was just way, way too fast. So lucky not to just rumble across that gravel and take the nose off against the safety barrier. Here we go. Oh yeah, way too deep. Way, way too deep. That was never going to stop in a month of Sundays.
Meanwhile, Massa in the other Ferrari, compounding that team's misery. He's pulling off to the side of the racetrack. Maybe he doesn't like the feel of that left front suspension.
Down into turn 1. Can he have a go? Glock's keeping an eye on him, but nowhere near close enough. Kimi needs good exit here to have a chance down into his least favourite turn 3. He is closer. Surely this time he will just pounce down the inside. No, he won't. He's going to lose it. Stick a wheel on the grass. What's he doing out there? The anti-stall kicks in. He selects first gear and off he goes. That's 2 errors then today. 2 critical errors from the current world champion. Barrichello.
Oh, enormous shunt for Timo Glock in the Toyota. That's certain to bring out the safety car again. There is debris all over the track, and Timo Glock on his first run for Toyota has gone off in the most massive way.
Safety car deployed, and Glock looking as if he took a bit of a whack there, but probably also on the radio. But no, I think I suspect it's the exit of turn 12, isn't it? The fast chicane where he's dropped the Toyota, probably 140, 150 miles an hour.
There you go, exactly as you predicted. Off at turn 12, almost catches some air, does catch some air. And, well, he certainly have felt that.
So he hasn't really connected with the wall in any major way. It was the landing. You've got to remember, the drivers sit on the floor of the cars. There's absolutely no suspension under their backside or cushioning at all. And that service road launched the car. It really shouldn't be able to do that.
Restart then for the third time. The 10-second stop-and-go penalty for Barrichello. As we predicted, Hamilton leads them away. Heidfeld is in second place. Barrichello crosses the line third, but he'll have to come in and serve that penalty shortly. And that means that Nico Rosberg is on target for a podium here in the Williams. The 22-year-old, and his third season in Formula One. Into the pit lane come Kubica and Nakajima to pit after the safety car. Well, they had some sort of contact there. Nakajima, oh no! He was on for some points, but you look, his front wings disappeared.
Yeah, they've been in. They were coming so slowly down the pit lane. There's clearly been a reasonably. How did they do both front ends? Maybe they're in different incidents, but it looks as if they've had a little shuffle into a corner, and Kubica appears he may have some other problems too. This is Raikkonen and
Alonso on Kovalainen. Alonso goes past Kovalainen for 7th place, but Raikkonen was holding 6th, so he's lost a couple of places there during the course of that lap. While we were looking at the incident in the pit lane, Raikkonen has gone from 6th to 8th.
Yeah, okay, so Kovalainen then's getting held up. Is he going to go run wide down into 13th? So he took a place, and that's where Alonso got past him. So they were passing, or trying to pass Bourdais, and there's the other incident then. There's the front wing of Nakajima going off, and it appeared to be almost unrelated to Kubica, doesn't it?
Let's have another look at this. Kovalainen.
Now,
Nakajima just getting into
related.
the back of Kubica, exactly.
That's a limping, prancing horse, without doubt. Now, what are you going to do if you're Ferrari at this moment? If he retires from the race, he gets a free engine and gearbox change. He will not take any grid penalties. But he's currently going to score 2 World Championship points. We'll keep an eye on Barrichello's 5 seconds a lap faster and only 18 seconds behind. So Barrichello will nail him.
As Kimi Raikkonen finally rolls in, and well, Melbourne is a town full of Italian immigrants. 8,000 Italians living here in Melbourne, most of them around the Lygon Street area. Many of them turn out every year, and boy, have they had some big days here. But this year, nothing to smile about at all for the Italians in the crowd.
There's Bourdais. Bourdais slows.
Poor old Sebastian Bourdais, just 3 laps away from 5 World Championship points on his debut. The Toro Rosso has let him down, and well, he must be absolutely gutted because he's driven his socks off today.
Every pundit, every expert, very much including us, we thought Ferrari were going to dominate. They're leaving here with 0 points at all. And more than that, just not. I mean, Raikkonen showed some pace from time to time, but all sorts of dramas and mishaps. But at least now he can get a fresh engine for next weekend. What's going on here? Kovalainen taking the long way round. Will he get a better drive out of the corner? And you're just about allowed to do that, Mr. Alonso, but it didn't do any good because Kovalainen makes it stick. How satisfying will that be?
Fantastic pass by the man who took the seat at McLaren of Fernando Alonso in this pretty much a straight swap between them.
Oh,
Alonso comes back in, but Kovalainen's got problems. He didn't get drive out of the corner, and now Alonso's got the satisfaction. He takes the place back again. It looked like maybe you can't miss a gear with these modern systems, but what happened?
I don't know. These gearboxes change gear 50 times faster than you can blink your eye, and it looks like he suddenly had a box full of neutrals there.
And let's take a look at how Kovalainen got past in the first place.
Alonso had to go in tight and defensive. It gave Kovalainen a much better exit. This is where Alonso passed him earlier in the Grand Prix. Now he's completely got the racing line. Ron Dennis has a big smile on his face. It's about to disappear because halfway down the pit straight, that happened. Alonso was more than alert enough not to cream into the back of him.
Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton coming through, and the checkered flag, and well, Lewis Hamilton's driven absolutely beautifully. He takes his 5th career victory, the first for McLaren here since 2003. None of his main rivals have scored a point here this afternoon, and what a satisfying start to the season for Lewis Hamilton. 2nd is Nick Heidfeld, 3rd is Nico Rosberg. There is Nakajima, who will pick up a point for 7th. Alonso picks up 4th ahead of Heikki Kovalainen, who can't believe his bad luck after all that hard work getting in front of Alonso, only to lose it again. But it's the best possible start to the season for Lewis Hamilton.
Fantastic job, guys. The car was incredible. The car was incredible. It was a breeze. Thank you very much.
Okay, Lewis, that's pretty good. Normal service has been resumed. Another 17 races like that, and be sweet. Well done, great job.
Lewis Hamilton then bounds out onto the podium. He'll be delighted not only with his own performance and the performance of his car, which is clearly capable of winning races and championships. He'll also be interested to see the performance of Ferrari here this weekend. A lot of mistakes and a lot of problems, and well, he'll be hoping that pattern is going to be repeated later in the year.
It is the perfect way to begin the season. I was just saying to Nico, you know, it's been, I think, exactly 8 years since we were on the podium together. You know, back in the days when we were in karting. You know, it's great to be up here again with him. But going into the next few races, obviously we need to try and continue with the momentum we have. As I said, we could have gone quicker. So I'm not particularly bothered about the Ferrari's pace, but obviously we, you know, BMW and Williams have done a great job as well, so we need to keep on pushing. The team needs to keep on pushing, as will I, and I really hope going into the next race we can get a good result again.